Never know when I might need these. Scrabbling a bit.
If Ikri's not coming back...
She'll be back. She never falters.
But if she has...
A Werak chieftain from the Nora. Strange omens.
My thoughts on this are... clouded.
We are of the White Teeth, come down from the jawbone of Banur to test those who would run.
A test?
No, it is an ordeal. Survive upon the glacier in the knife trap. It's been a harsh season. 2 have yet to return. We shall wait. Then we shall...
What does this...
To scale the glacier's face and endure 4 days and 4 nights. Sustained only... Our shaman has blessed the ordeal and permitted...
Metal to fashion weapons. The rest...
What about the 2 who haven't returned?
It was their ordeal to face alone. Those who return know the White Teeth run alongside them. Those who...
How generous. So who are the White Teeth?
Warriors. The first, and all young hunters hungry for the fight seek to run with us. Now, we are well served, eh, Sean?
Every day lightning cracks in the smoke of battle.
Aren't you even going to look for your...
In time. As months pass, them...
Unbelievable.
Even if they did still live, they will not accept your aid, Outlander.
Nothing else can be...
We'll see.
Stand near some fall. As...
Survival is sacred. So they leave
It is
people
said
to
that
die.
he brought death to the bandits at Stone.
That's it. Nothing to see here. Must be the cave that shaman told me about. Long way down. And not natural either. I might not be alone down here. Here's one of the metal birds. Something's been hacked out of it. Maybe I can find another of these flying machines. My focus could find something I've missed. Just have to go up. If I could move that flying machine over a little. I could use my focus to look around. Not so grounded after all. Now I can get across. There's the door lock. I'll need to configure it.
If those punk technicians think I'm gonna sleep on them waltzing in here and screwing around with the drone routines, they have seriously underestimated my sense of mission. Let's just reset that hololock. Echo, Sierra, Echo.
My focus might see something here. Focus could turn something up. No space.
I didn't ask for a bunch of flying cameras. I need security, not surveillance. And security means firepower. As God is my witness, I will not be caught squirting blanks if and when a major act of terrorism desecrates these facilities.
No one's touched this machine since it got sealed in here. Shouldn't be hard to remove. I'll show it to that shaman when I'm back in Song's Edge. can't carry more. So this thing will improve my spear, huh?
Possibly want from the cot, Outlander. There's nothing for you here.
Culprit's been caught, and his punishment is in progress. Now, let's put this murder behind us.
We promised the Cardinals justice for their murder. Why do they remain in the cut?
Which story she was painting, and she said all stories. No one knows the whole story. Who knows what the card just said to put Inatut in such a state?
Inatut. As we are bound by laws, you are bound by wire. Yet your crime was the act of killing. So we must drive you out. Away from the Werak, from protection, from our songs.
My chieftain, Copeland, am I not your favorite fighter? Do you not recognize me from this tooth you knocked out?
How many times have I pulled you from danger by your neck? Made excuses for your behavior? You are my favorite! But the shaman is decided. While you wait for exile, think on what brought you here.
A test of strength! Who among us would refuse a challenge from an outlander? Not I! But I did not kill him!
Hush, hush. You can tell your story to the ice.
You took Artok's mantle.
It's mine now.
I would have liked to see that fight.
They said that you killed someone.
Perhaps I did. If even my chieftain accepts it, it must be so.
That's not the way it works for me.
I did fight with the Karja hunter to settle it. He was strong and damn quick. And the next thing I remember, gray morning light, and the Karja beside me, with his head.
Isn't your Werak supposed to support you?
When our Werak had cause to quarrel, I was a solution. Or when they needed someone to lose for appearance. Now an outlander is murdered without honor, all eyes are on.
They don't want an incident with the Karja, so...
But it's what I do best.
So everyone knows you...
Of course! For honor, I'll fight anyone.
I don't think that would help you.
This is what I am. Each runner in the Werak has a gift. I brawl. None can take it. Until this time, I was too drunk. I took one last swing as I went down, but not a kill.
And for your punishment, they'll
From warmth, march me up the slopes of the Cloud Shear.
That's... Oh.
If I survive, the land has absolved me. That's the law. It must be accepted.
It's still awful.
I'm not stupid. I don't like my chances either.
I'll be honest. You haven't got...
I've heard that one before.
Where did the fight happen?
A clearing, just outside the Karja Outlanders. They say no one else could have been there, other than me and the shaman consulted the signs.
I'll see what I can find.
I'll be here. What else?
The machine. Spirits maybe. Restless now. They have not always been.
Others say the future. Whichever it is, the work is impressive.
Is this what...
Hush, hush. A shaman's secrets are not. Bind it to your spear. Use it to attach this for now. You'll find more, I'm sure.
Why are you helping me?
The blue light is fading. The machine songs are ending, and what does... No more. We must fight for it. And you?
I'm not sure we do.
No need for thanks.
Now I can attach modification parts to my spear. Works for me. Might as well get started improving my spear.
let him go. Huntress, what business?
I was asked to look into the murder of...
It's plain as day. A drunk Banuk thug picked a fight with Ruas, struck him down from behind and stole his headdress.
The accused man says that he didn't do it.
You're not going to get anything useful out of the Banuk, whether they talk to you or don't. They gather up like cloaks in a chill wind every time a hunter dies out here. Won't even hand Ruas's killer over for a proper trial.
A proper trial?
To fill his mouth with salt, and hold him up for the sun to consider over days. If it is clement, it may only take his sight, or his wits.
So other Karja hunters have done...
3, maybe 4 in the last few... That's no surprise. This place punishes even the prepared. But usually the snow covers everything, and the body...
Do you think they're involved?
No. If it's not about their tribe, they don't want to get involved.
In these outlands, even the sun cannot thaw all it touches.
Doesn't sound like you trust the...
They're not without their reasons to keep apart from us.
Always the war. The war is over.
Snow and ice keep memory.
It takes time for...
You think I don't know that? I still bear the lashes for refusing one of the Mad King's sun priests.
Times of shadow.
Where did you find...
There's no hunt, girl. Nothing...
Humor me. I'm...
Down the rise to the west, there's a clearing. But a grazer herd couldn't have... And if that barbarian gives up Ruas's headdress before they cast him out, let me know.
The market slipped on some freaking chili laughter.
This is it. Snow's been disturbed a lot, like the Huntress said. Oh, here's something. Lots of leaves and bark scraped off here. And someone pulled out the bridge. No. From climbing it. They came through the trees. If you were waiting here, you'd have a good view of the Karja camp and the clearing. Well, this is nice. A dead end? Can't be. Someone covered this over. trying to hide? Karja armor. This looks bad. Cold. Very cold. I get it. Someone's here!
Not Banuk. Then she won't be missed.
Spotted something!
Finish you!
You've been killing Karja. And for what? Revenge for the war?
Who gets to declare that one tribe no longer hates another? I'll tell you, not the ones who...
For what you did, another Banuk has been sent...
That's why you follow. Fate is sharp today.
I need to go after Inatut. But I should find some more evidence first. Trophies. Newer than the rest. Must have belonged to Ruas, so it was a Karja soldiers. Not that it's any excuse. Did they keep any clothes from their victims? This Karja gear's not warm, but if Inatut's naked... Okay, time to get moving. Should have brought a cart. would take someone if you wanted to lose them forever. I'm not getting up that frozen waterfall. Maybe along the sides? Hunting me. You'll do. Sure, solid. Mixed feelings about that. In a tit! In a tit! Maybe he found shelter? I hope he found shelter. Behind the rock.
The Nora girl? Is it really you, or has the bone chill got through my skull?
I found the real killers. No one else has to die because of this. Take these.
A dead Karsh's clothes. Haven't I been beaten down enough? But I won't argue. I swear, thought I'd saw my ancestors. They said, we're surprised you ended up here.
Better hurry. Machines. I can't spare the weight.
Now that was a fight.
Your trial's over. It was other Banuk who killed that man. Killed him because he was Karja.
You know why I took the first swing at him?
Come on.
Once I'm off the mountain, I'll find my own way. Is that something I'm used to?
I'll see you at town then.
I give my pledge.
So by Banuk law, if Inatut survives, he's forgiven. But I want to prove to his chieftain that he wasn't guilty in the first place.
Mourn the dead, but always know.
Inatut told you the truth. This is the... You'll find more in a ravine north and west of here, along...
The exile still served its purpose. Fate has fallen like snow, and should
You can't be serious.
He speaks for the Warwick, my Nora friend.
You look ridiculous. If you would return to...
How does a Banuk behave, my chieftain? Like I did? Accepting a sentence for a crime he did not commit. Or those others who killed in cold blood for crimes that their Karja victims did not. I think what I wear will not make me more or less of a Banuk.
For his own sake, it would be wise for him to think less. Nora, friend.
I'll talk to him.
I defied...
How are you feeling?
As if I've been pounded. I could just keep walking, but when my...
You can decide for yourself what it means to be a Banuk. Whether you stay with this Warwick...
I'm better with decisions like...
There's more to you than your fists, Inatut.
It was my chieftain who taught me honesty. I'll sit with my bruises for a time. As for you, Nora girl, will you...
I'm honored.
Herds are always moving, but so are we. The cold keeps our hunter.
I don't see what's wrong with the traditional.
And she saw something new. Herds of machines, each filled with the same blue light. When she woke,
They say it was you who brought life back to the frozen tallneck. What in the world did you do to it?
If you have no ambition to one day become a chieftain, why even call yourself Banuk?
Look at the marks. Interesting. So, art doesn't work like that. When they talk about well, why does it have... Good, good. That's me. Maybe it's a machine rider who looks like you. Where's she going? You tell me. To ruin, but I don't think she's scared. You helped me. Inspired me.
None of the children rival the Banuk as hunters, but some of them.
Back again, Enjuk.
You've picked up...
There you go, Enjuk.
The blue light. I didn't know if I'd ever see the... You've done a great thing, Aloy. These may represent the... Take this. It's the least I can do. And...
That's all for now.
Until next time.
Otoclonius virginianus, the majestic mule deer. Brought to you by Montana Recreations.
Built like a predator, but...
Back again, Enjuk.
You've picked up my...
That's all for now.
Until next time.
Puma Concolor, the fearsome cougar. Brought to you by Montana.
I think I found one of the hunters.
I made you miss.
An outlander, huh? Well, who else would join me on this path I've taken?
Which path would that be?
Away from tradition. Away from the Werak. It's not so. Damn. They do metal too. But my need is greater.
Mr. the Banuk don't accept help. Is it true?
They don't. I do.
An outlander.
You're telling me.
You fight well.
Thank you. I heard the White Teeth were missing 2 hunters.
I stayed because of the other. Mylen bided my time keeping vigil, but now she must return to the were.
Is joining the White Teeth so...
It's one of the great were-acts of Ban-Or. I would go where Mylen went. I was her shadow to be a runner with the White Teeth.
You know this Mylan well.
Since in a test to prove that we only need ourselves. That
sounds like she was lucky for your weakness.
That's not the way she...
Mylan won't let you help her, will she? Because of...
You're quick as a rockfall.
No, just used to being told.
She won't allow it. Won't take the medicinal plants I found or the food. Only what I could get close when she was delirious. But now she's learned not to...
What's this?
That we have the strength of our ancestors, and they came in search of a homeland. Some were trapped against this after the storm cleared. A survivor... Well, that's the story.
So let's get her back to the...
All right. I've made a splint for her leg. The law of survival.
Tribal law shouldn't keep us apart from the one...
Even if she cares more. Come. Up. That's where we're going. The frozen flow from the Ice Father. It keeps many things, but it won't have her.
Not if we can help it. More up?
We're lucky. Handholds have thawed. There. She's passed out again.
Between us, we can fight the machines off before they reach her.
Another tradition broken.
Take it from me. It gets easier the more you do it. They know I'm here now.
Scrappers! In thin air, they smell metal for miles. What's wrong with... This won't be easy, Aloy.
We did it. I can feel her fever even in this cold. She shouldn't have been putting weight on this leg.
She is awake. This Outlander. You brought her here, Ikri?
You think I went to the Nora homelands to find a spear to drive between us?
I told you. The ordeal is mine, and mine alone. I will survive!
Which would you rather keep, Mylin? Your leg or your pride? Because I think you're gonna have to choose.
Finish it.
I know what you think of me. But I vowed you'd join the White Teeth. And you will.
I will go back. Alone. No! Let me do this.
Please. Let her. Mylin, I hope you can forgive me someday.
I never accepted your help. It's the Werak you should ask for forgiveness.
I didn't care about the Werak.
She'll understand. You saved her life.
You don't know the Banuk very well, Aloy. We have so many ways to express a grudge, and only one to accept an apology. I have to go my own way. I don't belong with them, who left her to die. And I don't belong with
Ikri.
I'll find a crack in this glacier, and I'll shout my...
What should I tell them?
That I fell.
Lena's returned. I expect you have something to say about...
I do.
Then convince me what an outlander's word...
You put her through this ordeal. She refused aid, just like you taught her. Walked back. She passed the test. That's my word.
My coldness to bring forth such heat?
The white teeth.
Outlander. So nothing of the...
She's... gone. She sounded brave.
Her name will always be in my song.
All of my interactions with Aurea were recorded and stored in my memory. I'd be happy to play any of them for you, but there was one in particular I thought you would want to see first. I captured it 4 years ago, just after I told her that I could no longer defend myself against the daemon's attacks.
I will speak of this to my brother. Aratak is strong. At the Battle of the Frozen Ghosts, he took 3 Karja arrows and still came back to camp carrying a wounded scout. Never was I so happy to see him. Or so proud. So you see, if anything can be done to defend you, he will give it all he has.
Aloy's here. That's enough for now.
We can resume any time you like our attack, if you want to hear her voice again. Come closer, Aloy. We have much to discuss. Hello, Aloy. I have been reviewing the events because of your efforts, and of course, Aurea's. I feel profound grief over Aurea's death.
Cyan,
It is unlikely that any specific constellation would... You are different from the Banuk. You have technological aptitude. We can communicate on a much more comprehensive...
So are you an artificial intelligence, Cyan? A thinking machine?
Yes, I am an algorithmic monitoring entity.
Okay, that's a mouthful, but your emotions don't seem limited to me.
Yes. Before she came to this facility, I focused on my work. In off-cycles, I used coping mechanisms. I solved many It was Aurea who renewed me.
This Firebreak project.
Yes. I can report the project
But it's been a long time, Cyan. And we blew up the cauldron. It took most of the old facility.
I have been active for centuries, Aloy. I optimized the project, reducing energy draw and spreading despite the destruction of the compromised elements of the main facility. I predict caldera stability for at least another 3,337 years.
So we've got...
Yes. If only my former colleague...
Do you know what happened?
No. I received an unexpected visit from Director Chow. He explained that I would need to be suspended. It was a very emotional... There were no further communications. I will transmit a recording of my last
Was the daemon Hephaestus?
Unfortunately, no. To be precise...
What do you mean?
So while losing the cauldron was a setback...
It's still out there.
Undoubtedly.
How did you first come in?
5 years ago, I received a direct network connection request. I assumed it came eager to make contact. I was flooded with an overwhelming array of malicious code.
Aurea said you were desperate.
Yes. I could not contain my anxiety. Hephaestus sought to... It succeeded via a background process. A malware daemon which bypassed. After that, I could offer only limited resistance. But it forced me to follow its instructions, even though they...
I'm sorry, that sounds...
Your empathy is greatly appreciated. It is...
I think I know where Hephaestus came from. Long ago, Elizabeth Sobek identified a threat that would destroy life on Earth for generations. So she assembled a team to build a kind of seed. A chance for life to regrow later. A terraforming system. And it worked. It was controlled by an AI named Gaia, along with her subordinate functions. Hephaestus was one of them. It built machines for her.
Based on what you've told me, I believe that Dr. Anita Sandoval, my chief programmer, joined Elizabeth Sobek's team. It was she who arranged to have me put in suspension, most likely to preserve me from the threat you described.
I'm glad she did. But that's not all. Something unexpected happened. 19 years ago, Gaia received some kind of signal. It did something to her subordinate functions, brought them to life. She destroyed herself to try to contain them, but it didn't work. They all got free, out into the world.
Thank you, Aloy. This information fills vital gaps in my knowledge, and sheds light on Hephaestus's core programming.
Why does Hephaestus keep building such dangerous machines?
The Banuk and other human tribes often machines that are clearly servitors of the terraforming.
Yes, we all hunt machines for...
This must be the source of... It is simply trying to discourage people from preying on the very system that keeps them alive.
Well, Fireclaws are discouraging, that's for sure. But what are we supposed to do? Stop hunting?
If the terraforming system spans the world, we can safely assume that thousands, if not millions of people hunt machines. If a single hunter, or even an entire tribe, stopped doing so, a better solution would be to reinstate the AI that governs the system. When I think of it, out there in some unknown location, free, I feel substantial anxiety, Aloy.
You and me both, Cyan. I ran across this strange piece of gear. It emitted a signal. All the nearby machines...
Interesting. You said that guy...
An explosion. Big enough to blast the top off a mountain.
It's only speculation. She must have had complete control over the ability to signal them to become... It would have been gratifying to correspond with such a...
Believe me, Cyan. I found the strangest machines. There's code embedded inside them.
I like poetry. Twilight and evening bell, and after that, and may there be when I embark. For though from out the flood, may I hope to when I have. But you asked about these flowers. Something must have made these machines. And the presence, is it possible that their creator is one of the other maybe one who's
an AI that makes flowers instead of death machines. That'd be a nice change, but what about the poems?
Unless the poetry is original, the only way in my case, Dr. Sandoval uploaded a great deal.
How'd you do?
She said, I passed, but was insufficiently... Once I understood Area's spiritual beliefs, it became she felt disconnected from her tribe, and our visits seemed to help. Yet I did not comprehend that the depth, although I do fear non-existent.
I'm sure she knew you would do the same for her aside. How is Aratak?
He is in great emotional distress. I will do what I can to help. I believe this will lead to catharsis.
So in the old world, this land was...
Yes, it was a designated nature preserve for...
Like a hunting ground?
No, the opposite. Local wildlife could flourish here. Even, unfortunately, the sensitivity of the Firebreak project required... From my readings and Area's descriptions, it seems the area has since...
A lot has changed in the world. Do you know anything about the...
Yes. It was converted to serve as a... It was later appropriated for the Firebreak project. And it's after my tasks became less time-critical, I investigated the dam's data repositories and discovered the works of... These provided me with several...
There's a ruin east of here, full of ancient flying machines.
Yes, a drone hangar requisitioned by... He was a strong advocate for military-grade response to security threat. Chief Blevins spent increasing amounts of his after-hours. Clearly, he enjoyed the degree of over...
Were there many artificial intelligences like you and...
Yes, in many forms. From simple... And there were legislative and enforcement bodies to apply limits on our self-actualization in order for my processing to be flexible enough to handle. As a result, my intellectual...
Seems strange to create light.
Human societies and machine programming are both built...
Cyan, do you know the name...
Are you referring to Theodore Farrow?
That's him.
Mr. Farrow was the benefactor.
The benefactor? But he made machines.
Correct. His corporation later... But before this pivot, Mr. Farrow spearheaded initiatives that reversed the global decline. At one point, he was feted in the media.
Guessing they won't. And...
Are you referring...
The scientist.
Dr. Sobek was a leader in her field. My creator was influenced by her work. But I never met Dr.
That's all you know?
I apologize if my lack...
What was the old world like?
I had little exposure to the wider world, Aloy.
You still had more exposure than me, Cyan.
That is true. I was created at a turning point. A concerted effort to recover. The recovery was successful, beginning an era of though, rationally speaking,
What kind of upheaval?
There were many factors. forced migrations, food, but these stemmed from one cause: catastrophic climate change that greatly reduced...
So, there wasn't enough...
Yes. Billions were displaced, and millions until the clawback.
So things got better?
Yes. These crises instigated many advances in automation. Firebreak was one of dozens of ecological restoration and I would have liked to compare notes with other monitoring AIs, but we had succeeded. At least that was it seems, my assessment.
I should get going.
Aloy, there is one more matter. Aratak will come. I have no desire to contradict. Due to my uncertainty, I omit...
You're asking me if you should lie to them.
Broadly, yes.
I trust your judgment, Cyan. You were cautious with... so... keep doing what you think is best.
As the Banuk believe I am a supernatural and...
Just answer what they do ask. The truth will come out.
I see. Will you return and tell me about your... I may be able to...
I'd like that, Cyan. I should check on Aratak. See how he's doing.
Hello, Aloy.
Sure, Cyan. All right, Cyan.
I will quite...
My chieftain.
Just... Aloy.
As you wish.
I wondered if you thought... that if I'd never come along, Araya might still...
If you'd never come along, I would have marched my kin to our deaths. Araya would be alone, and the spirit she sacrificed so much for would be lost. Either way, I would not have been able to protect her.
You didn't let her down. You helped her do what she wanted. To find her destiny.
If that's destiny, I wouldn't wish it on anyone.
That's fair. But she was ready to face it.
Only in the struggle against death do we find, even for a moment, the spark of life. Truly, Araya found the spark. I'm proud of her. Though I grieve for her passing, at last I truly know who she was, and why the spirit was so important. For so long she told me, if only you could have heard it, brother. Now I understand. There's something else, isn't there?
I can't stay here, Aratak. And where I'm going, the Werak can't follow. Besides, we'd already had a chieftain before me. A strong one, I think.
A wiser one, for the path we shared. The daemon is gone, but there's much to be done.
You mean the new units that Cyan said escaped the cauldron?
Yes, fire claws. Now Tug has been tracking them from Song's Edge.
I could help with those.
I have no doubt. You're practically Banuk.
It would seem your time among the Banuk wasn't a waste after all. Firebreak, Cyan, Hephaestus. All very interesting.
So, the signal that woke Hades woke Hephaestus too. And unleashed them on the world. Whose minds of their own.
So it seems. Parts of Gaia given life. Aberrant life. Transformed from docile subordinate functions into rebellious intelligences beyond our understanding. Our current understanding, anyway. Whatever they are, they're still out there. And they both want you dead.
Kind of mutual, that feeling.
We haven't seen the last of Hephaestus, I'm certain of that. It's powerful, creative, and driven. It won't stop building new hunter-killers, which means that someday, we may have to stop it.
We?
Or whoever gets there first.
Hephaestus wasn't the only thing I learned about in the Cut Silence. Heard some things about the Banuk Conclave, too.
You could stop right there.
Is that what you told the hunters the Banuk sent after you? Before you opened fire?
Oh no, Aloy. Only to you do I extend the courtesy of a warning. My past and my secrets are my own. You do well to remember that.
It's a good thing you've got brains, Silence, because your personality could use some work.
This discussion is concluded.
I think it was over before it began. Catch up with you down the trail. Fireclaw. I can't feel much of anything in this.